You're listening to Empowered to Lead, the Therapist Practice. I'm Lisa Catello, therapist, business coach, and your go-to for all things leadership and sustainable practice growth. This is your space for real talk, smart strategies, and grounded support to help you lead with confidence, work with intention, and build a business that actually works for you. Let's dive in.
Every meaningful conversation begins with a question. I'm Adrienne Giffen, and this is Now You're Talking. In a world of constant notifications and endless scrolling, this podcast is an invitation to pause, get curious, and explore the questions, stories, and ideas that help us reconnect with what matters most. Because conversation builds connection. Let's begin. Today, we're taking the sixth step, emerge. It's one thing to understand yourself. It's another to begin living from that understanding. Let's explore what emergence really looks like.
Over the last several weeks, we've talked about uncovering our experiences, noticing our patterns, and reclaiming parts of ourselves and allowing ourselves to let go and trusting our voice enough to speak it. So what happens next?
Well, the next step is emerge. And emerge is where everything we've been talking about begins to show up in our everyday life. It's about, because insight without action doesn't create change. And understanding yourself is important. And speaking your truth is important. Eventually, there comes a moment when you simply begin living differently, and not dramatically, not perfectly, just intentionally.
So what does emergence really look like?
Well, I think most people expect emergence to feel like this huge breakthrough, that they wake up one morning and suddenly become this confident new version of yourself. And this rarely happens this way. Emergence usually looks much quieter. It's saying no when normally you would have said yes. It's choosing to rest without feeling guilty. It's asking for what you really need. It's trusting your instincts. It's making decisions that feel aligned instead of decisions that simply keep everyone else happy and comfortable. And little by little, your life begins to reflect who you really are.
So it's less about changing who you are.
Exactly. It's actually about becoming more of who you've always been. And for years, many of us have adapted. We've become what we needed to manage everything, like the dependable one, the strong one, the peacemaker, the achiever. And these roles helped us. They served a purpose, and they aren't the whole story. And emergence is allowing our authentic selves to take the lead instead of the roles that we've been playing.
Was there a moment in time when you personally experienced emergence?
I don't think there was one moment. I think there were lots of little moments, and as little as speaking up when I would have normally been quiet, or making decisions because they felt right to me instead of trying to keep everybody else happy, realizing that I didn't need everyone's approval to move forward. And maybe the biggest shift for me was I stopped asking, what will people think? And this seems small, but I stopped asking that and I started asking, what feels true? What feels true to me? And that one question helped me to change my decisions.
So it sounds like emergence is freeing.
Well, it is, but it can also be uncomfortable, because when you begin to show up differently, people notice. And some people celebrate growth, but others prefer the version of you that made life easier for them. And that's normal. Every time we change, people around us have to adjust too. And sometimes people will celebrate it. Sometimes they'll resist it. And sometimes the people who resist are the ones that benefit the most from us staying the same. And neither response should determine whether we continue becoming more of ourselves.
So emergence really isn't the finish line.
Emergence is really the beginning, because once you've found your voice, you can begin creating a life that is aligned with it. And you don't have to become someone else. You simply become more of yourself. And over time, other people notice the difference, not because you tell them that you're making this shift, but because they can feel it.
So you always leave us with homework. What would you want people to reflect on and think about as it relates to emergence?
Well, I would like to leave everyone with a question this week. Where in your life are you still living from old expectations instead of who you are becoming? And the thing about merging, you don't have to change everything. You just have to make one small step that reflects the person who you are becoming, because that's how emerge happens. Emerge happens one choice at a time. And remember that your experiences have shaped you and your experiences have taught you. And now it's time to live what your experiences have been preparing you for. And next week, we're going to explore the final step, which is live your life. It's about living fully as the person that you've uncovered, reclaimed, and allowed yourself to become. And so I hope everyone will join us for next week's conversation.
Sounds exciting.
Next week, we'll take the final step in the journey. Live your light. It's about what happens when living authentically is no longer something you think about. It's simply who you become. I hope you'll join me for that conversation. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Adrienne Giffen. Every meaningful conversation begins with a question, and conversation builds connection. Visit adriennegiffen.com and join the conversation, where you'll discover ideas that spark laughter, reflection, and connection with yourself and those around you. Until next time, let the conversations begin.
Thanks for hanging out with me on Empowered to Lead, the therapist practice. I hope you're walking away with something that you can put into action, because leadership isn't about doing more, it's about leading with purpose. If you're ready for deeper support, I'd love to see you inside the Group Practice Connection, my monthly membership where Canadian therapists like you get coaching, community, and the tools to build a business that actually supports your life. You can check it out at grouppracticenetwork.ca. The link's in the show notes. And hey, don't forget to hit follow so you don't miss what's coming next. We're building something great here, and I'm so glad you're a part of it.